We're American Ensign. We've been moving military household goods and personal effects since 1961. American Ensign has experienced a rapid rate of growth over the last decade, and during this time, we've put together a number of ideas and methods used by our packers around the world. These methods substantially reduce claims, labor and material costs, and increase density and customer satisfaction. We call it the unit system of packing. 3/4 of all claims result from movement within the container. Once the container leaves your hands, it will not only be moved by truck and forklift, but it will be transported by ship and air as well. Many people don't realize it, but a ship on the high sea will actually move in 6 different directions at the same time. If a container is loaded toward the top of the vessel, it may move up to 70 feet from one side to the other as often as 7 to 10 times per minute. The unit system of packing provides a top quality service by reducing the likelihood of damage within the container. Some of the ideas we'll show you may be new, others may not. They've all proven to be successful in reducing claims, labor, and material costs while increasing density. This video will show you how to use the unit system of packing. The unit system of packing combines soft, light-appropriate items with furniture in a way that will reduce movement and the likelihood of damage. Cardboard, which would have been used to pack the soft items, will now square off furniture into rectangular units. Instead of over 30 items per container, you will now have 20 or fewer items. As we show you the unit system of packing today, keep in mind a few simple facts. First, 2 points on the density are only 4.5 cubes per 1,000 pounds on a 3,000-pound shipment. If you reduce the size by 3 4.5 cartons, you can increase the density from a 6.2 to a 6.4. Secondly, each point on the density is only 20 pounds per container. Finally, density doesn't mean you have to make something heavy. A 4,000-pound shipment will weigh 4,000 pounds no matter how it's packed. Density and claims reduction must go hand in hand. Density packing is the efficient use of space, combining light soft items with bulky furniture items in a manner that will reduce the likelihood of damage. The unit system of packing begins with a pre-move survey. Take a few minutes to explain that your packers will use some new methods of packing that have proven to be particularly successful in reducing claims. With our new system of packing, we've been able to reduce claims in many cases by over 80%. Let your customer know that you'll pack the furniture in cardboard. With the paper pads, the leg of a chair often poked through the pad and into the side of a dresser or a tabletop. Instead, the cardboard boxes will protect the items in the container. Soft packages made of blankets, linen, stuffed animals, and other appropriate items will fill the furniture out to prevent movement within the container. By doing this, we'll have fewer items per container, decreasing the possibility of movement. Those furniture items are filled out with soft, light items rather than bundles which would have been loaded around the furniture in the container. The units are now packed in smooth, flat cardboard surfaces. If there's any movement, we have smooth cardboard-faced surfaces rubbing against each other, rather than the leg of a chair poking through the paper pads and digging into the side of a dresser or a sofa. When you arrive at the pack-out, take time to introduce yourselves and let the customer know who the crew chief is, and they should direct any questions they may have to the crew chief. Remember that in most cases, you'll be packing away almost everything the family owns. The customer will be concerned that it arrives intact with no loss or damage. This is no time to be shy. Let them know how good you are and put them at ease. Almost every customer has at least one item that is of particular importance. It may be a grandfather clock, an expensive painting, or a Hummel collection. Take this item and pack it first. Don't let it wait. Pack it in 2 or 3 layers of paper pads and then in cardboard, even if it isn't necessary. By doing so, you'll show the customer not only how good you are, but that you care about his valuable possessions and will take the time to pack it right. After you've finished, separate into different rooms and start packing. In the kitchen, pack the glassware, china, and breakable items into dish packs, as you normally would. Pots and pans may be packed into medium cartons or dish packs, as you prefer. The packer in the living room should start by packing the stereo components. If the original cartons are available, use them. Pack the books, glassware, and bric-a-brac as provided for in the tender of service. Disassemble all items you feel should be taken apart, then wrap them as the regulations require. Particle board items, such as this entertainment center, become loose when shipped whole. Once they become loose, they are very difficult to repair. Disassembly not only prevents this loosening, but also provides flat pieces, less likely to buffer damage. You can use these pieces to fill out and reduce movement in the container. In the bedroom, check the drawers and the chests and trunks. Light items normally contained in the drawers that are not likely to cause damage should be left in the drawers. Heavy or breakable items should be packed separately. All hanging clothes and drapes must be packed in a lay-down wardrobe carton with hangers removed. If you do not have enough to fill out a carton completely, cut down the corners and fold in the sides. A small flat carton such as this can be more easily loaded later in the shipment. Now, make the soft bundles. Take the soft and light items available and either wrap them in paper pads or craft paper. These bundles will be used to fill out the furniture items later. They may not be loaded into the container as they are, and never run back and forth between rooms with the soft packages. You will only waste time. Instead, when you leave a room to get more packing materials, take an armful of bundles with you. You can then set them in a corner of the next room where your partner has been packing. Instead of shipping a laundry basket empty, which will result in lost space in the container, a crushed laundry basket, and movement of the other items, pack it full in a medium carton. Fill out around the basket with other items. And write the contents on the outside of the sealed box. After you've finished the bedroom, move to the next room where the other furniture has been emptied of heavy or breakable items that must be packed separately. The soft bundles may then be used to fill out and square off furniture items. As well as being less expensive, these bundles are actually faster to make than the cartons are to pack, saving both time and material. And of course, never use loose cloth items for squaring off or filling out furniture. Use only the soft bundles for this. Label the outside of the unit with the contents once that item has been filled out. In this case, we have annotated the unit as a bookcase with blankets. Another example uses a regular medium carton to pack this end table. First, take a half paper pad to cover the finished surfaces that will be in direct contact with the cardboard. This will prevent any chafing that might possibly occur in transit. Then, set the end table face down in the medium carton so the legs are open and go to the assortment of bundles and pick a bundle that fits. Now, cut the box down to size and seal it with tape. By filling out this end table with the items that normally would have been packed in this medium carton, we saved 3 cubes on this shipment, or over a point on the density of a 1,000-pound shipment. Used cartons are of course ideal for this purpose, and should always be brought with you to a pack job. Your inventory must be accurate and legible. With this system, the person writing the inventory will not always be able to see the item. As always, use extreme care to record any unusual conditions on the carton. This ensures the inventory reflects the true condition of the property. List on the inventory the general contents of the unit's pack, such as dresser with clothes, or chair with blankets, or, in this case, end table with linens. Living room chairs, kitchen chairs, and desk chairs should be packed in cartons. Used German medium cartons are ideal for this purpose. If you haven't salvaged the cartons from your inbound shipments, you can, of course, use a medium or 4.5 carton for the same purpose. With an armchair, which is a little more difficult than a regular dining chair, take a bundle and fill out between the arms. By doing this, you will utilize all of the space that might otherwise be lost in loading. Now, score the carton where you want to fold the flaps over. Place a pad over the back of the chair and across the arms, and tuck it down the sides. With a regular dining chair, place it over the back and across the seat, and tuck it in on the sides to prevent chafing. Tape the flaps shut over the seat. Now, turn the carton over and fill out the bottom with a bundle of appropriate size. Notice how all of the space is utilized with the bundles. With this particular chair, we've saved 2 cubes with a bundle between the arms, and another 4 cubes with a larger bundle between the legs. Those 6 cubes alone will make a difference of 3 points on the density for 1,000 pounds. The soft and light items are now packed in a carton as the regulations require. With this method, the customer now has his chair packed in cardboard for better protection. You only have one item to carry out and load. Once you've loaded it in the container, you are finished. You don't have to look for other items to carry out and fill between the legs. You save money on labor as well as packing material by utilizing a used carton and saving the new cartons that you would have had to use in packing the soft items. If you were to fill out the legs in the container, you would probably not get much more than a book carton between the legs. That would account for only 25% of the space utilized with the unit system. With a book carton between the legs, the chair is much more susceptible to damage, not only from the weight of the carton, but by movement within the container and the torn pads that so often occur when filling out these items. Always remember to mark the outside of the unit with the contents and any exceptions. This same method may be used with a high chair as well. Cut the corners of the carton to allow for the wider legs of the high chair. A used dish barrel is ideal for this purpose. As with the armchair, score the box where you want the flaps to fold. Now take a bundle of appropriate size and fill out between the arms. A half paper pad over the back and across the arms will usually suffice. Now tuck it in and tape the flaps shut. Turn the chair over and fill out the base. Here we have utilized over 5 cubes of space that may otherwise have been very difficult to fill out in the container properly. Those 5 cubes alone will save over 2 points on the density on 1,000 pounds. Take some white paper or pieces of paper pad and protect the legs before taping the flaps shut. And again, write the contents and exceptions on the outside of the carton when you are finished. Even odd-shaped items like a telephone bench can be squared off into rectangular units, providing maximum protection and ease of loading. Place the telephone bench on a sheet of cardboard. This can be a half section of a mattress carton, a large carton that's been cut open and laid flat, or sheets of cardboard stock that many suppliers offer at a good price. As always, used material is the most cost-effective method. Now fill out between the legs. Take some smaller bundles to fill out the table portion and the seat portion. After it's been built up to the proper height, take a paper pad and lay it over the bench to protect the finished surfaces. Fold the cardboard up and over and tape it in the back. Cut the corners on both sides and fold the flaps down and tape them shut. Now you have just one item to carry out and load instead of 5. When it's loaded, you're finished. You don't have to look for anything to fill it out. You have saved about 6 cubes, or about 3 points on the density per 1,000 pounds. As always, remember to write the contents on the outside of the carton. A rocking horse that can't be disassembled offers a special challenge and an opportunity to improve your density. Place the rocking horse on a sheet of cardboard, preferably a used mattress carton. Now fill out the base with larger bundles and fold the sides up. Cut the corners, fold the sides in, and tape them shut. Fill out the remaining sides and top of the horse until you've squared off the top. Here we have saved about 20 cubes, or about 9 points on the density for a 1,000-pound shipment. Take another sheet of cardboard and close off the top. A used carton cut flat works very well. You may now either lay the carton on its side to tape it shut, or leave it upright. And again, don't forget to write the contents and exceptions on the exterior of the carton. Here's how the system works with a couch. Fill it with cushions and square it off. Here we save about 6 cubes, or 3 points on the density per 1,000 pounds. Lay paper pads or craft paper across the top to prevent chafing. Now pack it in flat sheets of cardboard or a used mattress carton. Tape the back shut first to hold the cardboard in place. As before, proceed to the ends and cut the corners so the flaps fold down. There isn't a customer in the world that wouldn't prefer this method to the simple paper pads. Remember, write the contents and exceptions on the outside of the carton. That couch was a square couch. The same method can be used with any couch, regardless of shape. With a 3-seater couch, take a used queen mattress carton or tape together 2 or more sheets of smaller cardboard. Place the couch on top as before. Again, fill out the couch with cushions and larger light bundles. Place either paper pads or craft paper over the couch to protect the upholstery, and fold the cardboard over the top. Tape it on top or in back, whichever the case may be, to hold the cardboard in place. Cut the corners wherever the cardboard has a crease. This will make it much easier to work with. A good razor knife is invaluable in working with cardboard. Tape the end shut and write the contents and exceptions on the exterior of the carton. Wicker doesn't have to mean poor density or an automatic claim. Packing a wicker chair requires the same techniques as other chairs. First, fill in any empty spaces with soft bundles. Now, place the chair in a cardboard box of appropriate size. Here we've utilized the used German medium carton. Place a pad over the back and across the seat, then tuck in the sides. Tape the flaps up and secure a flat piece of cardboard across the arms to finish off the top. A used piece of 4-piece mirror carton works very well. Turn the chair over and fill out the bottom with smaller bundles. And finally, accurately label the exterior of the carton with the contents. The wicker is now far less likely to be crushed or unravel due to rubs. A rocking chair offers a bit more challenge, but the same techniques will provide the protection needed. Start by cutting an opening for the rockers to fit through the box. Now, open the box to make it easier to work around. Find suitable soft bundles to place between the legs and rockers of the chair, as well as on the seats. Now cover the chair with padding. And tuck in the sides. Fold the front flap back up and tape it shut. Pay special attention to the corners, assuring that the edges of the chair won't poke through. Take a piece of cardboard and cut it to fit over the seat. Secure it solidly to the rest of the unit with tape. Now turn the chair on its face. Cover the protruding rockers with white paper or paper pads. And then tape. Finally, write the contents on the outside. Here we've utilized another 5 cubes of what may have been lost space in the container. As with each of the other pieces, this one piece will make over 2 points difference on the density per 1,000 pounds. It's not only the increase in density, but much more. The reduction in claims, material, and labor costs, which makes this system so attractive to those who've tried it. Let's begin loading. Contrary to what you may have been told before, always load any oversized container first. This is a container you know you will have to use. By loading it first, you can fill it out completely. If you were to wait until later, you would most likely find that after setting the couch or rug in the box, you'd have little or nothing left that would fit in the container to fill it out. Now, begin loading the standard containers. Begin with the largest item you have in the house. After it's in, place the next largest item that will still fit in the container, filling out all the space as you go. To every extent possible, load the container in tiers from bottom to top so that you don't have any lost space in the back that you can no longer get to as you load out the container. Remember, every 4.5 cubes saved per 1,000 pounds increases your density by 2 points. With a unit system of packing, you now have only 15 to 20 items per container instead of 35 to 40 items. Loading is much faster because you don't have to run back and forth looking for bundles to fill out voids in the container. As a result, we have seen that our agents who use this system have increased the average pack and loaded per man per day from 2,000 pounds per man to 3,000 pounds per man. Their densities have gone from an average of 5.5 to 6.4, with many averaging over 7. At the same time, their claims have dropped dramatically, many in excess of 80%. You will find that with the unit system, you'll no longer have space for bundles. What you will end up with are flat openings along the sides, top, and front of the container after loading the larger units. These are ideal for the mattresses, mirror cartons, folding chairs, bed rails, and items like disassembled furniture parts. With the unit system of packing, you utilize the space in the container to near maximum efficiency. After loading all the containers, caulk the doors and seal them at the residence. This allows you to rework 1 or 2 pieces between containers if you come to the end and find that you have a piece that doesn't quite fit in the last container. It is, however, seldom that the shipment will work out to fill out the last container entirely. For that reason, always have a supply of overflow containers with you to finish off the job at the residence. We recommend a half box and 48 cube, along with an assortment of baggage cartons that can be loaded with the packing material. Baggage cartons may be utilized for overflow containers on household goods shipments, but should always be banded to a pallet. After sealing the containers at the residence, ask the customer to witness the application of the security seals to their shipment. They should sign the seals and instruction sheet, as well as annotate the security seal numbers in the remarks section of the first page of the inventory. Once these seals have been applied, they cannot be removed without destroying the seal. We can now monitor the shipment as it moves through the different points of transfer. This ensures that the seals are intact and the shipment has not been tampered with. Should a seal be broken en route, the party receiving the shipment will write an exception sheet and apply a new seal, ensuring the integrity of the shipment from that point on. The security seals, along with a unit system of packing, go hand in hand to provide the customer not only a top quality service, but satisfaction and peace of mind. After pulling into the yard, the shipment is immediately offloaded, weighed, banded, and stenciled. The stencils have been prepared by the warehouseman in advance while the crew was at the pack site. While the rest of the crew is getting their material ready for the next day, the warehouseman and one of the crew will help the forklift driver immediately prepare the shipment and stuff the steamship container for port. As the forklift driver sets the first box on the scale, the warehouseman and member of the pack crew will immediately weigh, band, and stencil the container. The forklift driver will go after the next container while they are finishing off the first. The warehouseman will take the container and, in this case, load it directly to the steamship container as the next one is brought in. Within 45 minutes of the time they've pulled into the yard, the shipment is ready to be transported to port and loaded on a vessel to destination. The unit system of packing from start to finish is designed to meet the needs of our customers as well as our agents, providing an efficient system to reduce claims, labor, and material costs while increasing the level of service to our customers and, most importantly, letting the customer know that we care.